Guys, we're going to talk about timing today and how you can make millions of dollars by understanding the most important thing about timing and multifamily real estate. Welcome to the Heartland Multifamily Show, the shorter, more profitable path to multifamily ownership and investing. Everybody, it's Darren, and it is time for another episode of the Heartland Multifamily Show. The place, that's right, the place for all things multifamily. And guys, we're going to talk about timing today. Multifamily, timing the market. I hear this all the time. I'm talking to a guy this morning, one of my investment partners, lives in Ohio, and we're talking about an upcoming property that we're going to be purchasing. And his question to me was something like this. Hey, do you think now's the right time to be doing it? Good question. So a lot of what investors spend time on, no pun intended, is timing. Is it the right time? Is now the right time? Maybe next year's the right time. Maybe I missed the right time. Well, guys, here's the truth, especially in multifamily. It's always the right time. What do you mean, Darren? How can that be possible? What do you mean it's always the right time? There's economic problems, there's recessions, there's ups and downs in the market. What do you mean? There's got to be, guys, always a good time to buy, invest, and own multifamily. And by the way, this isn't coming to you from somebody that's, like brainwashed in it. Like, oh, multifamily, it's the world. No, that's not it. But it does come from someone that's got going on 40 years of experience with timing. And here's what I can tell you. In every single market, whether it's a great market, a bull market, a bear market, a recession, doesn't matter. There's always a really good deal out there to own and to buy. There's always a really good apartment community to continue to own, no matter what's going on out there. And we can make arguments, and I'm not going to go down that road with you on this episode of multifamily is great because people always need a place to live when the market is good and when the market's bad, and et cetera. So we could go down those roads, and I could pull a bunch of graphs and statistics and throw them out here for you. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you that there is no algorithm for experience. And by the way, experience comes to you not only by what happens to you and for you, but the relationships that you build with people along the way. Okay, very important, because algorithms can't do that. AI can't do that. So understand that that's the case. And so what I've come to learn is that it doesn't matter what's going on out there in the marketplace. There's always good properties out there to buy. You just have to take the time, effort, and energy to find them. Really, there's no such thing as timing the market. Now, you can make the argument, well, Darren, if I would have bought some apartments in multifamily in 2017, and then, I sold them in 2022, I probably could have made a lot of money. Or maybe you're one of those investors that did exactly that. Maybe you bought an apartment community for X, you're able to sell it for Y, and it's like, oh, timing. I knew the timing was right. Well, maybe, but here's what else entered into it too that you probably won't admit. It's the L word. You want to know what the L word is? Luck. Luck. Don't get me wrong. I don't operate my business and our multifamily communities based on, well, I hope we get lucky today. That's not it at all. But it does play a part in this. And it does play a part in being able to buy right and sell right. Okay? That is true. So before you get the idea that you are much smarter than maybe you are, you need to think about, okay, how much of that timing win has to do with luck? Think about that and be honest in your assessment about it. Hey guys, a lot of people contact me and want to know, where are the best resources when it comes to investing in multifamily? Where can I go? And the obvious answer is darrengarman.com. 99.9% of all of the items on the website are absolutely free. Start making that multifamily investment that you've been thinking about a great reality. The other thing that there is too is, and a lot of people can't do this, which is why there are not very many multifamily investors and multifamily owners out there. I mean, look, there's a lot, don't get me wrong, But compared to investors in, let's go down the list. Compared to investors in the stock market, mutual funds, which is kind of the same thing, crypto, bond, you name it. A lot of other investments that are liquid investments, which basically means I can call somebody today and I can get redeemed out and they'll send me a check. You have something missing there that's not missing in real estate. And it's simply this: long-term time perspective. Long-term time perspective. Okay. So the majority of investors don't invest in real estate because it takes a long-term time perspective. It's not a place that I can park my money for a year or two, get a huge return on it, get my money back, and I'm on to something else. No, that's not the place to do that. You know this. It's not. There are lots of other places that are better for that. And so, since most people think short term, they don't think long term, most people avoid investing in owning multifamily because it's a long term investment. I tell my investors, guys, here's the deal. You better be thinking a minimum of 5 years here. And that might be even cutting it short. So when I got people calling me, and the first thing I want to talk about is, how long am I going to be in this investment? What's the return? I already know that, even though those are important questions, that they're on the short-term treadmill with short-term mindset, because they're thinking less than 5 years with really good multifamily ownership to get the full benefit of taking advantage of not only, income, not only equity growth, not only tax savings along the way, but also being able to sell that property tax deferred and put it into another piece of property. No other investment does that, by the way. You can't do that with any other investment out there. You can't sell it, not pay capital gains taxes, and putting it into another investment. You can't do that. Real estate's the only one you can do that. Okay, that's another podcast for another time. Okay, but see, all of that, guys, to get the most you can get out of it takes long-term time perspective. Long-term time perspective. There's no such thing as timing the market. None. You can't. What should be your philosophy about timing the market? It's actually very, very simple. Here it is. ABL. Always be looking. You always want to be doing it. Here's what happens when you do that and you have that kind of attitude. I got a call yesterday from one of my investment partners who actually owns other investment real estate. And what do you think his question was to me? Hey, would you have an interest in looking at this property? Now, I'm not actively prospecting and calling him saying, hey, call me, let me know all the time. But I've always got lines in the water. I'm ABLing. I'm always looking. And so because you're doing that, people come to you. You're not going to them, even though you want to be letting people know that you want to buy, that you're in the market. You're constantly looking. You want good deals coming your way. Of course, you got to get the word out on that, obviously, with your ABL attitude. Okay. But think of the power shift here. By you continually having that attitude and doing it, who's got the bigger and better advantage? You calling somebody saying, hey, Fred, are you interested in selling your apartment property? Gee, I'm interested in buying it. Can we talk about it? Or are you more powerful when you have this? Hello? Yeah. Hey, Darren, this is Fred. Yeah. And we've talked a few times, and I've heard from you from time to time. I understand you're looking at buying some I'm interested in selling my property. Is there a time we could meet to have that discussion? By the way, I'm interested in meeting with you Wednesday or Friday. Okay, you see where it's going? How much more powerful are you with the second scenario versus the first scenario? And why is that? ABL, always be looking. Because guys, in good times, in bad times, in times in between, someone is always going to have to sell for reasons that have to do with economics, of course, but other reasons, maybe death, maybe divorce, maybe they're overloaded and don't want to run it and manage it anymore. They finally hit their limit, hit their brink, they're done, they don't want to do it anymore. There's always things outside of the economic space here, guys, that has nothing to do with whether things are going great or things are not going great, in order for people to step up and contact you to sell you their multifamily community because you're doing what? ABL. You're always looking. And what I say to people, always be looking. Okay, so number one, stop wasting time thinking now's not the right time. You've been watching too many podcasts already. You've been listening to too many podcasts. You've been watching and doing too much reading already. Pull the effing trigger and do something. Now is the time to do it. There's no such thing as the right time. Now's the time to do it. Okay, that's number one. Number two, also commit to the ABL philosophy. Always be looking, because that way you don't care when it is. It doesn't matter what time it is. It's always the right time. Guys, if you take this philosophy and you internalize it, the amount of really good deals that'll cross your desk will surprise you. Now, this will take a little momentum. It takes a little time and momentum to get going, of course. It's not easy. If you want to hear about what I think about easy, watch one of my Uncle Darren episodes. Maybe watch this Uncle Darren episode right here. If you think it should be easy, if you want a little lesson on easy, watch this Uncle Darren episode. Now, before you go to that episode, though, instill this philosophy in what you do and in your action. And you'll find that those multifamily opportunities that only supposedly go to the well-connected, or, hey, they're a real estate agent. Of course, they got access to it. Or they're a member of the Chamber of Commerce. They got access to it. Or they're part of that investment network. They got access. In those deals that you think only go to those people, guess where they'll start going? All right, guys, I have enjoyed being with you with this multifamily timing the market episode and how you really need to look at it of the Heartland Multifamily Show, the place for all things multifamily. Guys, thank you. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. If you want to get your hands on more great multifamily real estate content, make sure you click here. If you want to invest passively in great multifamily real estate, make sure you click here.